Government of India Act 1935. So the reforms of 1919. So the reform of 1919 is Montego-Chelmsford Report of 1990. What it has mentioned. So this act, Montego-Chelmsford Reform Act of 1919, mentioned that or indicates there should be a responsible government in India and to introduce diarchy, or there should be dual government in British provinces. So due to the failure of the reform, which reform? Montego-Chelmsford Reform. So one more act was formed, that is Government of India Act 1935. Here let's see. The reform of 1990, the Montego-Chelmsford Reform, failed to fulfill the aspiration of the people of India. The Congress, under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi, started agitation for Swaraj to be attained through non-cooperation way. So here non-cooperation way means the non-cooperation movement, which was launched on 5th September 1920 by Mahatma Gandhi. Why? With the aim of self-governance and obtaining full independence. That's what known as Purna Swaraj as the Indian National Congress. So it tells that the reforms of 1990 failed to fulfill the aspiration of the people of India. So the Congress, under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi, started agitation for Swaraj or Purna Swaraj to be attained through non-cooperation way. As per the Government of India Act 1990, that's what known as Montego-Chelmsford Reform, a statutory commission was to be appointed at the expiration of 10 years after passing of Act for the purpose of inquiring into the working of the system and the development of a representative institution in India with a view to extend, modify or restrict the degree of responsible government then existing in India. So here it simply means why the statutory commission was appointed. It is there to inquire into the working of the system and the development of representative institution in India. Actually, during 1990, they told that they will be indicating or there will be an introduction of a responsible government. Due to the failure of that, the statutory commission was emerged after the expiration of 10 years. That means it was there in 1990. So this commission launched in 1927-28 it may be. So the British government appointed a statutory commission known as Simon Commission in 1927. So the reason behind appointing a statutory commission or Simon Commission is because to inquire into the report of 1990 Act, why this 1990 Act has become failure. This was done as a concession to the Indian demand for an early revision of the Act. Only through the demand of Indian, so this Act or Simon Commission was passed. The commission or the Simon Commission or Statutory Commission was headed by Sir John Simon. Along with that, there are 7 members from British Parliament. So the commission headed by Sir John Simon consisted of 7 members from British Parliament. So what will happen? We people in India, we don't have any responsibility to take part in the commission. It was taken as an insult to self-respect of India. Hence, this Simon Commission was boycotted. So it tells that the British government appointed a statutory commission that's known as Simon Commission in 1927 because it is there to inquire into the report of 1990 Act's failure. So the Simon Commission or this was done as a concession to the Indian demand for an early revision of the Act. The commission, so the Simon Commission, headed by Sir John Simon, consisted of 7 members from British Parliament. It did not have a single Indian member as a member. It was taken as an insult to the self-respect of India and hence boycotted Simon Commission. Amidst or surrounded by protest of Simon Go Back, the commission visited in India. It announced in the sense that Simon Commission announced in 1929 that dominion status was the goal of Indian development. There should be a partially freedom of partial independence. For that there should be round table conferences. So the first round table conferences was held in 1930, the second in 1931, the third in 1932. The outcome or the result of these conferences, which the round table conferences of 1930 and second one 1931 and third one in 1932 was announced in the form of white paper. So the result is announced in the form of white paper. So the result provided as number 1, educational facilities and reservation in politics for depressed class. Number 2, universal adult franchise. Number 3, prohibition of social boycott for communal representation. 5, separate electorate for untouchables. So the Simon Commission brought the report of the resolution or the decision of the conferences. Which conferences? The 3 round table conferences. But one thing, Gandhi opposed for separate electorate for untouchables and decided to fast unto death. So this Gandhi was very much sad. Why should we have to maintain separate electorate for these untouchables or Dalits? For that he has decided to fast unto death. So the Congress leader met Gandhi in this regard and he was convinced. Later the resolution or decision was modified by providing reservation for depressed class instead of separate electorate for untouchables. Actually, education facilities and reservation in politics for depressed class was the first point. After this opposition of Gandhi for separate electorate for untouchables, so a new resolution was passed and which was modified. In that, the point number 1, it includes education facilities and reservation in politics for depressed classes. So the same point, reservation in politics or reservation for depressed class, comes in the 5th point, and the separate electorate for untouchables has been cancelled in that resolution or white sheet papers order or outcomes. So this is popularly known as Pune Pact, signed by Gandhi and Ambedkar. A white paper was prepared on the result of these conferences. Which conferences? 3 round table conferences, and it was examined by Joint Select Committee of British Parliament, and in accordance with the recommendation of Government of India Act 1935 was passed. So the Act contained 321 articles and 10 schedules.